Hi cozy friends! We are gonna have a little house reset, a little routine reset this week. Y'all are going to couple things. One, think I'm absolutely insane. You're gonna think I'm absolutely insane for the routine refresh that I did, but I'm gonna take you through it nonetheless. I'm gonna ask for grace and understanding and reservation of judgments. Okay. And then two, you're gonna be excited. I hope you're gonna be excited because I have a fun professional life update that is more like creatively related. Yeah, and it's gonna be like a fun little mini side quest chapter, so I'm really excited about that. But before all that, I do want to talk about our cozy sponsor today so that we can jump into everything else. Full speed ahead with no judgment. We listen, we don't judge. We watch, we don't judge. No, you can judge, it's okay. That's what I'm here for. Our cozy sponsor today is Quince. Thank you, Quince. We love Quince in this household and on this channel because I have shopped at Quince before I even started partnering with them, but their quality and their affordable pricing stood out to me a long time ago. So now when I am doing home resets, I can look to Quince and be like, do I need anything? Do I need anything new? Is something old and tattered? And now I need something that I know is going to last me a long, long time, many, many years. New sheets, I look to Quince. Throws, I look to Quince. Candles, I look to what you get it. I look to Quince. And same with clothing. When I want to expand my capsule wardrobe at all, I look to Quince. It's capsule wardrobe items that I want to reuse and reuse and reuse. I'm talking to y'all about the same exact ones I talked to y'all about last time. The boat neck tanks, I love those so much. Probably with a Quince jacket I have, that little blazer, I love to pair those together. The crew neck sweater, I love the quality of that thing. You could literally feel how thick and well made it is. And then in terms of home stuff, the throw that I just got, I love it so much. I've been loving it. It just elevates the whole bedroom. It really ties everything together. And they could deliver those good prices because Quince works with top tier manufacturers without the middleman. So they're giving us that good quality without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. So if you'd like to try Quince, go to quince.com/cozyk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. Oh, Canada. That's QUINCE.com/cozyk to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/cozyk. You heard it. You got it. Okay. All right, let's chat. Okay, also my routine. Let's talk about it. And let's talk about why I made printable sheets with 3 different options for 3 different types of days that I might have. This is who I am, okay? This is who I am. I'm kidding. Okay, so here are my sheets. I considered lamination, but then I was like, what if I want to change things? And I will want to change things because routines are always changing. And so I found these like sheets, these little sleeves, if you will, that you can put a sheet in and then you can use a dry erase marker on it and change it out when you want to change the paper. And then it has these little pen things, so cute. Okay, so I have 3 different sets of daily routines. I have when I go direct to work. This is direct to work sleeve, a weekend one, and then an active day one. So this is if I'm either going to the gym or I'm going on a walk in the morning. So today, for example, it was an active day. Went to the gym at 6:30. I spent like a whole weekend on this and some evenings, like perfecting it, really thinking out, like researching skincare. There's skincare on here too. It's a whole thing, and I'm very proud of it. She is very gorgeous to me, and I'm very proud of it. Okay, here's my philosophy on it, because y'all know that I am not a routine person, and that famously, you know, to like my cats. Famously, I've said I don't like routines, can't follow routines, can't keep a routine to save my life. And this past like year and a half, I would say, I've tried to embrace not having a routine and going more with like the flows and the general checklist of things that I need to do. So like, I know I need to brush my teeth in the morning, I need to shower in the morning, and I need to eat breakfast and get ready for the day. And like, I can do those in any order. But the thing with that is, and that has been working for me, keeping the flows and letting my brain do what it needs to do, and despite the spiciness of it all, it has worked in the sense that I don't feel like I'm in like routine jail, but it's not conducive for like actually forming any habit. And most importantly, it enables me to veer off in such a egregious way any day of the week that it kind of just then ruins the whole rest of my week. And so like, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this is not unique to me at all. Say I get up, I get a notification that I all of a sudden have to like, it's a fire I have to put out. And so I run to my office and I'm like, okay, I've got to deal with this. And then I'm dealing with that for an hour. And then because my brain works the way it does, I'm like, well, I'm already working. So I'm going to do this next thing and this next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I look up, it's 3 p.m. I haven't eaten breakfast, I haven't eaten lunch, I haven't done anything on my body. The day's shot. And then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go eat. But then I'm going to come back and work because now I'm in work brain mode. So that happens. And then I feel like my entire week goes the same way where it's like, well, oh God, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just going to give up. So it's this cycle, right? And I think it's that, I don't know, type A in a type B nervous system, if that makes sense, where at my core, I function so well off of routine and having structure, but I can't form that myself, if that makes sense. My motivations come purely from like novelty and dopamine and things that interest me and that seem fun to me, and not things that like I think are good for me or like I know I should do. That does nothing for me. And so creating a structure, creating a routine, and usually that's been external for me where it's like I've had to go someplace, I've had to go to school, I've had to go to work, I've had to whatever it is, that forces me into this structure. And once I'm in that structure, once I'm in that routine, I function very well. And I could really, really like carry out the tasks I need to carry out because it becomes like rote memory. It becomes something I don't have to decide to do. I just do it because I have to. And I have my regular cadence and my regular like order of doing things to where it's not like a routine prison cage in my head. It's just simply like steps that I have to carry out. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's this nuanced two wolves inside of me of like, I hate routine when there's no core ethos or like actual structure to it, and there's no real like forced structure to it, because then in my brain I go, well, that's made up and I don't have to do it. That's made up. Where's the rule saying I have to do that? I don't. So I'm not gonna do it. And so having a structure that is obligatory makes me do the routine, and then once I'm in the routine, I thrive in the routine. Not having a system that makes the routine obligatory, there's no way in hell I'm sticking to it. And that's just a theory, a game theory. That's just my theory so far based on some internal reflection. Y'all, if you've been with me for many, many years, you know that I have many theories about how my brain works and how a lot of our brain works, and I try those things and then I'm like, well, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Let's try something else. So I don't know. We'll see. It's just a theory. Also, the way my brain works is like novelty is king. And so just having something new to try and structure my life with is a motivator. I don't know. I can't explain the way things work up in here. Whether it works or not, it's something new and it's making me do something. And this is the first time. It's been a full entire week of doing this. This is the first time I've stuck to a actual routine day night in this way with this many steps since I was going into work in, what was that, 2022, 2021, 2022? I'm not joking. I'm simply not joking. So I feel like that says something. That's not nothing, right? So anyways, the obligatory routine element of this is the fact that it's written down with check marks. I have like every way that I've tried to create a routine before. It's like, write it in Notion and then just keep it in mind and like good luck, or I have it on like an app on my phone and then I'm like, that's not real. I can't see it. So having it printed out with check marks, with every single step, everyone, to where I don't have to think about what's next. I just look at it, I can check it off, it limits friction, and it's obligatory. I have to do it in this order because the paper says so. That's all I need. All I needed was some kind of authority. The authority is my paper in this sleeve. And now this is a rule system that I'll follow because it makes sense. A rule system in my head, I'm not gonna follow that. That doesn't make sense. It's not real. This is real. Okay. This is the part where you guys don't make fun of me. Okay, thanks. No, you can't. I have thick skin. Let's get into it. That was a lot of yapping. Let's get into it. I hope to, like, my type A / spicy brain people, I hope that this is interesting to you because it's fascinating to me. Like, I truly hyper focused on this for like a full week, implemented it in a weekend, and yeah, like I said, it's been going strong for a full week at this point, so we'll see. I don't know. I'll take you through my routine, and this is not a one-size-fits-all. If you ask for a template, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm so sorry. It is the most personal thing ever. Like, I don't know how to, this would not work for someone else. Yours wouldn't work for me, you know what I mean? It's just, I made this on Word. Okay, so I have my morning, and then I have my evening down here, and then over here is where I have like the skincare breakdown. So morning, I have it split up into rooms because for some reason that makes sense in my head. Like, I'm moving from one room, all the things I need to do in that room, then I move to the next room, all the things I need to do in that room, because y'all know if I suddenly skip to another room, I'm in that room. Oh, I'm in that room, and then everything else from the room before it doesn't exist. So I have it by room, and then I have to finish that room before I go to the next room. It's working so well, you guys. Figuring out how your brain works, really just, I love getting older and learning myself better and better every year. Okay, so in the bedroom, I open my blinds, take off my sleeping mask and my bonnet. I drink a little water. I check my notifications only. I do not pick up socials. I don't scroll, and that has been a game changer this week. Although I do usually do that. I'm more of a night scroller, but this having it as a check item is nice. Then I go to the bathroom. I put on a video essay on YouTube. I wash my hands with a nail brush. I floss mouthwash, brush, sunscreen, deodorant, and then change into gym clothes or change into like just activewear. Then I go down to the kitchen. I fill up my big old water with a greens powder and a little bit of gray salt. Then I get a pre-workout snack, which is a fiber bar, and then I leave for the gym or for my walk. Once I'm back, we're in the bathroom, baby. I dry brush, I take a shower, I do my AM skincare, which I'll get to. I do a fascia lymph, what's it called, like draining thing. I moisturize, I get dressed, and then I do my hair. And then we move to the kitchen, make breakfast, refill my water, because by that time I've drinking all my water at the gym, and then I get my vitamins, and then I go to the office. So now we're up in the office. I have my tray. I even got a tray because I was like, oh my god, you guys, I went a whole, like, what was it, a year here without a tray, when I know a tray works for my system. Whatever. This is my tray. I bring everything up to my office for breakfast on my tray, and then I could bring it all down so that things don't stay up here. I used to have to make like 3 trips because I had so many things and I wanted to eat up here and start my day. Now I have a tray. It's phenomenal. Got it from Home Goods. Okay, so then I turn on my lights in here. I open my blinds, turn on my PC, open the window for 5 minutes. I eat while I review my calendar, my Notion, and my Slack, and then I take my vitamins after I've eaten. That's my morning! So then we have evening transition. I don't need to plan out the middle of the day because it's different every single day, and that's just me working. So there's no routine there. I just do it. Office closing shift. I verify that all of my drafts are set for the next day for posts. I plug in all my devices, my headphones, my iPad, my laptop, my Apple Watch, my gaming consoles. I turn off all of the office lights, close the blinds, clear office dishes, and then reset the desk area. So there were times when I'd be like, I'd just walk out, and then I'd be like, oh, hey babe, like, what are we doing? And then I'd just have crap all over, and then the next day I walk into a dirty office, and that's a terrible feeling. Not every time, but some of the time, and that's bad. So leaving it fresh for the next day. And then we move into the night routine. I go to the kitchen, I dump all the dishes in the sink, I load the dishes, I eat dinner or late night snack, I switch to clean water bottle, I wipe the kitchen island and counters, maybe do a little sweep if needed. Then we move to the bedroom. I utilize a scent. So this is like my trigger for winding down, is like utilizing a scent, either spraying the bed with something or lighting a candle, whatever I feel like that day. And then I lay out tomorrow's outfit on a chair and change into pajamas. The laying out tomorrow's outfit might be like one of my favorite pieces of this whole new system, because when I tell you, the idea of having to make a decision like what to wear in the morning, God, no. And then and then I've had so many times where I walk into the room, I look around, I go, I don't know, and then I go into my office, I sit down in my towel, and then I just start working in my towel. Girl. So instead, while my brain is still on, laying my outfit for the next day on the chair, and then changing into PJs. So now I'm in my PJs, and this is like before any actual nighttime activities, and that was my issue before, is I just would not have a night routine because I would do things all the way up till when I wanted to sleep, and then when I would go upstairs to sleep, I would be like, well, it's bedtime now, I'm sleepy, and not have any like skincare and all that stuff. It was not good. And so now I've set that nighttime routine earlier in the night so that like I have all of that done, and then I could do all my night activities after that, nice and set for the night. So then I have bedside prep. I unmake the bed. I set out my daily diary, where the little philo facts where I just write down what I did throughout the day. I set my glasses down, a book and water. I fill my humidifier, and then I start another YouTube video essay. It's what I like to do during skincare, if you haven't noticed. So then I'm in the bathroom, wash my hands again with nail brush, floss, mouthwash, brush teeth. Am I scaring you yet? Am I Patrick Bateman yet? Yeah. And then PM skincare, and then after PM skincare, a little body moisturizer. But I have just quick body oil because that's quicker for me than the moisturizer. Not as like greasy on my hands, and then I don't want to have greasy hand, you know. And then final in the bedroom, so I could do things before this. I could go downstairs, watch shows. I can watch shows in the bed, whatever. But then post bathroom is bedroom final lock in. Put on my watch for sleep tracking, charge my phone and my AirPods on this little thing I have in my bedside table, do my lip mask, my foot cream, hand cream, my diary entry, make sure my alarms are set, and then put on my sleep mask and my bonnet. I don't have bonnet on here, I realize. I think it's because it's so routine. Like, that's so routine for me that I didn't think about it, but I need to have bonnet on here. So that's the whole routine. It looks a little different for weekend. Like weekend I have cat stuff on here. I have like laundry stuff on here. It's less like breakfast focused because I figure breakfast will happen a little bit later, and after that the nighttime is identical. And then direct to work is basically identical but without the whole gym portion. And then skincare, I won't go through I don't think you guys care about my skincare routine right now. We could talk about that some other time, but I do have a whole like AM and then a night cycle. I'm doing like a skin cycling thing, and it just tells me exactly what to use so I don't have to think about it. And that is my routine refresh. It's serving me so well. I can't explain to you how I have not had a consistent routine. Like one day has not looked like the other. Like I said, since I was going to work, since I had some external obligatory routine. So this is working lovely. Will it work forever? I don't know. Who's to say? Maybe not. I am not ever claiming it will, but it's working right now, and that's cool. And I'm learning things about myself in the process, which is great. So if any of that sparked something within you, if you were like, wait, that kind of does sound like me, I do need some system that feels obligatory versus something that I can decide to opt into versus not. I need to be able to see it outlined so that I can check it off and I don't have to think about what to do, and then I get like decision fatigue and there's too much friction. It's just all there for you. If any of that sounds like you, I hope this is helpful. I hope that this is a good framework for you. Just create that checklist, print it out. You can print it out every day, but that's kind of a waste of paper because look, you can just put them in sleeves. And yeah, that's my routine refresh. Enough yapping. Oh my gosh, I've yapped for almost 30 minutes. Let's cut that off. Thank you guys for listening to my pure yapping. But I'm excited for new ventures. I'm excited for new routines. We'll check back in. I mean, y'all will see. We'll see what happens with all of this. We'll see how this all pans out, but let's go. Hi y'all, in a classic me moment, I totally forgot that I was filming. Walked away from the camera died, forgot that was ever happening, and I did so many things around the house. Okay, so here is the nearly finished little area here. I just kept it the same as we had before, but I cleaned it up a little bit, so there's less just like cluttered candles, because those are all now in the new credenza. And then there's less stuff over here, which I think I kind of like for now. I might shift this book stack on the outside, but other than that, I kind of like how it's set up. Actually, think I'm just gonna shift all these things over so that there's kind of breathing room, but I love this. And then I ended up putting a second screw there so that I could move it more center to the wall. So now it's actually center. And then over here, I took out all of the Christmas stuff, which I wish I did with y'all, but like I said, I forgot. But yeah, all the stars are gone from the ceiling. Everything is put away. The tree's gone. It's all just regular again. And I did not do it myself. I had a task rapporteur come because I just knew that I was going to keep procrastinating it if I had this mental block of like me having to do it, not alone, because somebody would have helped if I asked, but like I just having to plan a day to do it. And so I just had a task rapporteur come. She was amazing. She was like an organizing, cleaning gal. And so I just like made piles. I took all of the Christmas stuff from all over the house. I put it in piles over here. She took all the ornaments down. She packed it up in like little ornament boxes. She packed everything up in like all the boxes I gave her. Ryan is playing games with his friends. And much more efficiently than I would have ever done. Like we used to use so many boxes. She used like the least amount of bags and boxes. And it just, she was great. So if you have a mental block, don't forget the option to delegate if you can, if you have that as an option, or asking for help. Okay, so now that all of the Christmas stuff is out of here, it's so dark in here, so it gets really like jumpy, but I do want to hang this painting up. We wanted to do like a little stack over here. So we have some paintings. I'm gonna put that one up there. I'm back here, I'm like, we need a lamp back here badly. Also just need a light here. I don't know what to do. Like we could do a chandelier type thing up there. I don't want to do recessed lighting. We just need more light in here at night, and I just don't know what to do. I guess the answer is just a chandelier. Not an actual chandelier, but like a ceiling light. Oh my gosh, I love that. It looks so good. Now I just need some kind of lamp here. Then it'd be perfect. Okay, well, I have kind of an exciting side quest that we're going on, and it's finding an office space. I know, finding an office space because listen, I know some of y'all are probably like, girl, you have an office. I know, but I have been contemplating the value of an office space outside of my home that I can go physically show up to. I can have like a separate workstation there, because as y'all know, I do like to like leave my house and work sometimes, and I really feel like it just locks me into this other mode of productivity, because just being in my house, it works for some things. Like it really makes me productive for some things in some ways, and then for other things it just doesn't. I have been trying to figure out like, okay, how can we make a space conducive for different areas of my business and my work that it's just not as conducive in my own home. Long-winded way to say that. And so I've been looking for some office spaces, which is also nice because it's a business expense, you know, like it's not like I'm necessarily throwing money down the drain. It's like a relatively cheap cost, like monthly cost for something that ends up being a business expense and then also is like hopefully adding value to me and my business and my workflow and all of that. So that's the thought. I am touring a place today, like right now, and then I'm touring a place later this evening. So hopefully I can get a video of each and I'll show y'all. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. This is fun. It's like kind of like apartment shopping, but it's for offices, and getting to see like how we can set it up is gonna be exciting. And just like having a place to go to work. I don't know. Call me crazy, you guys. Call me crazy. But I think I do. I think I need it. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, let's go check them out. Okay, y'all. This is post tours and post decision. I feel like you guys will not be surprised at the decision that I made, but I'll kind of give you my thoughts on both. So the first one is in a location, they're very close by to me, and also they're close to each other, but one is like further along this road that has like a lot of stuff. And so there's like a coffee shop I like, and there's a lot of food and whatever. And so that's nice. So that's the first one. Let's call it Big Ol' Windows. Big Ol' Windows is a little bit closer to businesses that I like actual walking distance, which is phenomenal for being able to like take a little break in the day, go take a walk, take a break, clear my head, get some fresh air, and come back with a little drinky drink. Like, that sounds phenomenal. Or just like going in the morning, doing a little morning walk, getting a drink, walking back. So I like that. I also like that this one is set a little bit further back from the main road, and it's so well insulated. Like, the windows gotta be like double, triple pane because you can't hear a peep from outside, which is really nice. And then in that one, I'd be sharing the wall with one person next to me who I think is like an attorney, which is hilarious. But there's like only two other people in that area on the upper level. It's an attorney, and then I think a therapist or a medical office or an esthetician, I forget, but it's just two. So it's kind of shaped like this is the coroner office that I looked at, and then here's attorney's office, and then here's the third one. So you walk down this hallway, and then this one would be at the end. So she was saying like sound does travel. Like, it's not completely soundproof. It travels like a normal amount for an office space. But this person's an attorney. They're there 9 to 5, Mondays through Fridays. And like, they're not loud. And so it would really just be like my comfort levels. So that was something to think about. I was like, okay, like I'm sharing a wall, but all of the other walls are not shared. So it's just this one tiny wall and then kind of under the door. So immediately I was like thinking, okay, can I do sound panels on that door? Can I do a little sound dampener under the door? The walls, y'all saw the wall was crazy. The walls. I mean, go off, Diva. Whoever was there before, she had a vision, but I do not share that vision. I respect it, but I don't want that for me. But the florals were like floor to ceiling, and then all of the walls were gray. And so I was like, can we change this? Like, is this customizable? And she said, possibly, potentially, depending on terms of your lease, we can ask for that and just see what they say. And so I was like, amazing, because I already have a vision for this. I have a vision. So the way that one is set up, it's like you walk in and then it's just a rectangle. Just all of those windows, it got such good natural lighting, which is perfect for filming. Oh my God, and that was the other thing I didn't talk about for that space, is it's essentially like a studio space as well. So I'll be able to do a lot of like craft, hobby projects and filming and like body doubling so much more efficiently and better there because of just like the layout, the space. Like, this is set up for my personal use and not for filming, because I want it set up in my own home for personal use and not for filming. But this could be a space where I do set it up for filming, so we can do a lot more like body doubling of hobbies and just like hobby projects in general that is set up for optimal filming. And I think that would be so much fun. And again, like separating the work and the personal a little bit more, you know, and getting to experiment with like new projects and maybe like bigger scale projects and stuff. So that'd be cool. But the setup, big windows. I would have a desk over in the corner by the windows, a little chair, like mini version of this nook over here in that corner. And then over here, I would have a table for hobby craft projects, DIY projects, all of that. So there's ample room for like a tripod, top down, all of those things. It's like set up to be filmed at. And then this one is just like a cute little productive space over here. So that is the vision for that room. I think it was really nice. There's plenty of plugs, which is perfect for like any lighting rigs I need to set up for like computer, whatever, mini fridge. There's plenty of plugs. And then there's also an Ethernet port, which is phenomenal for uploading and downloading and all that I need to do for editing. And just really the natural light. I cannot emphasize enough, the natural light here was so good. And I actually do struggle with natural light in here, and I have to film during like a 2-hour period. And the way my brain works, I don't always want to do that. And sometimes I actively want to rebel against that because it's a rule and I don't want to do that stupid rule. But yeah, I my filming window has like significantly decreased being in this room compared to like places I've had in the past where I kind of have from morning till 3 p.m. Now I really just have from like 12 to 3 maybe. And so just having more hours in the day to have like full on natural lighting, just game changer for being able to film more stuff. So that's that. And also being able to control artificial lighting in there too, just by having a lighting rig, because I don't have room for lighting rigs in here and I don't want to have to deal with all that. So it just, again, more conducive for productivity and output. And then the other one was this cute, oh my God, and the guy was so nice. He was so sweet. It was this cute little corner unit. You'll see there's no windows, but the door is a big window. It's like a French door. And so a lot of light actually does come in through that door. And it's just like so cute. I can't explain to you how charming it is, but this is the one that is basically right on that main road and you can hear it, the cars constantly. And then I would be right next to a barber shop, which is fine. That's fine. It's just like there could be more noise potential there than an attorney, because I feel like they'd probably be playing music and stuff all day. So there's that, but then it's still only sharing one wall and it's outside. So that was the thing. It was like when I was standing in there, I was like, I could see feeling so much more comfortable just like filming anything. I could be yelling, I could be whatever. And because it opens into outdoors, it's like the sound immediately dampens. But because it opens into outdoors, you're also hearing the outdoor sound. And I would have to basically solely rely on artificial lighting and like a lighting setup rig, because that one door is the only window and it's also my only like privacy point. So I would probably want to have a little blind on it most of the times, which then takes away any natural light. So then I would have to do lighting in a specific way. So that's that. I did like the setup of that room. It was like kind of this almost diamond shape. And I feel like because of that, you could have like 3 different nooks almost. Like you could have a chair nook, you could have a desk nook, and then you could have like craft hobby space nook. So that was cool. But ultimately, you guys, I'm sure you guessed it, I picked the big old windows. I picked big old windows. I didn't even get the second one a name. I picked big old windows because of the big old windows. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous. And I just was already visualizing like all of the ways I could make that the cutest space ever. And I was visualizing myself just walking through the lobby. Like there's a little like lobby and you walk upstairs and then you go to, it's just so it's private. It feels official. Don't hold me to this, but right now I have visions of wallpaper. I don't know if on all of the walls, but at least on that wall that the floral wallpaper was on, she was onto something there. Like pinstripe wallpaper, maybe like a green, like a cream and green pinstripe wallpaper with, what's it called? Beadboard all around. And because we can't change the floors, they're like new, it's new carpet, it's like gray, black. I'm just gonna do like a big custom size rug. So like a rug that literally covers the whole thing in maybe like a woven brownish tone. Like think, what's her name? Nancy Meyers, like a natural home rug. And then I'm thinking white desks, like white. I'm imagining the desks that I wanted as a kid. Very like traditional classic office furniture with, you know, like it's framed out. There's like kind of beadboard style on them, but white. And then like in the corner, we have so many extra computers and chairs and stuff, so I don't need any of those. I'll just put all of the stuff that's in the garage over there. I think from the same line I'm looking for the corner desk from Pottery Barn, they have like a project desk that's like a little bit taller that would be perfect for that little area. And then over there I would have some chair that like goes high enough and low enough to be able to sit, and probably with wheels, you know, like a little project chair to sit on like this and wheel around and like, So that's the plan, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I want to do some like Roman shades on all the windows. I'm so excited though, you guys. This is like such a fun new chapter. I love new things. I love new projects. I love new projects. So much fun. So we get to do this together. I can't wait to get that started. She sent the LOI, but I don't think we've actually like fully signed off on it yet. So I will let you know when that's like actually finalized. But the lease would officially start on March 1st, but I can access it early. So I'll probably just be bringing like people in to do the wallpaper and boards and stuff, and bringing you guys along for that process. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. And then what will I be using this for? I will be using this for any gaming channel filming. So I still have my whole like gaming setup here, my gaming computer, my gaming camera. I have no intentions right now. I don't foresee me ever bringing that over there, because that would mean staying late, since I do those like post my work day, and I don't really want to stay at an office that late. I want to get home. So that's all staying here. My mic, my camera, my gaming PC, that's staying here to be able to film stuff there. Also, just any days I want to work from home, you know what I mean? Like when I'm like, okay, I want to do things, but I am either too busy to like get ready and go, or I want to film stuff here for some reason. Maybe I want like a specific background. Vlogs, like home vlogs and cozy hobby vlogs at home, that'll be here. A lot of like, I'm sure half of the editing I do will probably be here, just because I like editing here. I can get it done real quickly. But then half will probably be done there. And that's kind of about it. I definitely see like a lot of admin work, a lot of meetings, like I said, some editing. I foresee a lot of my short form being filmed and edited there, but I could see kind of like a half and half situation and figure out what I like. I don't know. This will just definitely be more like home, internal, cozy productivity here, and there is more like external projects, locking in, etc., etc. So we'll see how it pans out. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But I am kind of excited to have an outside office. Like, I genuinely enjoyed like leaving the house and going to the office. I didn't enjoy it every single day. I didn't want to do it every single day, especially because I have a 30-minute commute. But it was something that I really enjoyed in the like ritual of it all. Again, we'll see, but I'm excited to try that out and see what that's like for a year. We'll see. But that's my yap on that. Let's go do something else. It's enough talking, enough yapping. Let's go. All right, y'all. I just got done filming one of my gaming channel videos. It was really fun. It was this game called Lost But Found. It's a game where you go through, like, I think it's airport lost and found, or some businesses lost and found, and then you're giving it to people. It's really cute. But I'm going to take you through my night routine tonight, and then I'll take you through my morning routine tomorrow, so that you can kind of see what my routine refresh is looking like actually in action, instead of me just talking at you about it. Let's see, today was an active day, so we're on office closing shift. Okay, so Ryan and I said we're going to watch Dark tonight, so I have that in my head as a plan. I already ate dinner before I filmed, so dinner's good. Also, by the way, the goal of these is to eventually, like, it's so rote that I don't have to use these. That is just like second nature memory. By the way, I feel like I didn't describe that before, but like, it'll probably take me a long time, but that's the end goal. And this is kind of just like the system that puts that in place. And that teaches me that, rather. Okay, so closing shift, verify social drafts are set for the next day. I'll check that off because that is done. Okay, plug in devices. I have a little bit to plug in. Headphones. I don't know what they're at, so I will just charge these. I leave my headphones up there on that curtain rack charging. These need to charge here. This can be unplugged because I don't believe that I need it anytime soon. I'm gonna put these away. This is my weighted lap blanket that helps me focus. I just put it in my lap when I'm like editing or locking in on something. Yeah, it just helps me focus. It's very grounding. Swapping some cord things, turning off my mouse, my keyboard, stacking all of my dishes and plates, putting any pens away that are not supposed to be out. Some are supposed to be out. Turning off, oopsies, I did that in the wrong order. Turning off computer, turning off lights that are manual, blinds are already closed, have my watch. Okay, and we're done in here. I will turn the lights off that I have to say with my voice, but I won't do it because it's gonna trigger all of your Googles if you have them. Okay, so I checked that off. Perfect. So I'm just gonna bring these downstairs and then I'll meet you back in the bedroom. Okay, y'all, Chila's here with me. I'm Chila boy. So at this point, I will put on a YouTube video, which just lately for me has been video essays. I just feel like it's a little bit more intentional, kind of what we talked about in the analog video, just a little bit more intentional and often educational for me than any other kind of, like I used to just scroll on TikTok or Instagram sometimes when I was getting ready and I was like, that's not very, I don't know. So usually video essays, sometimes a vlog. Yeah, I'm gonna find one and then wash my face. Okay, so I have a video picked out and see, this is why this is important. I'm actually supposed to do bedroom first. Allowing for some flexibility is also healthy, but these can be swapped today because I'm going back downstairs to like watch some shows after I do my routine versus this is kind of set up for just going straight into bed. So wash hands with nail brush. This is my little nail brush. I've had this one for probably longer than I should. I should probably get a new one, but just a little cheapy one. And yes, I have to sit for everything I do. I have my vanity chair and I sit, even though my knees knock against this, I just have to be sitting. I can't be standing for this. So just to explain steps, washing hands, because I'm about to touch my face a bunch. I mean, washing hands is self-explanatory, but if you're curious, just getting the day off of my hands before I touch my face a bunch. So the next step is actually like my teeth routine, but I just had a little snack, a little cookie. So I'm gonna wait a little bit before doing that. I think you're supposed to wait like 30 minutes after eating before doing anything brush floss related, but it's fine. I'll be lenient with that timeline, but I just want to put as much time in between as I can. So I'm doing skincare instead. Again, leniency is good. So tonight I'm doing, let's see, last night it was a retinol night. So I'm on night 3, which is recovery. So I double cleanse, do some cleansing oil first and then a regular cleanser. This is the craziest product ever. It feels like micro needling your face. It's insane. Like it kind of hurts. It genuinely, it feels like you're micro needling, and I don't know how. But it doesn't feel like you're dragging needles across your face. It just feels like a bunch of tiny little needles. And it's a product that's supposed to like have all of the products you put on top of it penetrate into your skin. And next is my Skin Flood lineup. So I have Haru Haru, Tear Tear, Snail, Laneige, and Bean. And then I just pile it all on. Okay, y'all, now that it looks like I have an entire spa cabinet on my face, I let this set in. I do a quick body oil spritz on arms and legs with this. Y'all know I've been using this for a year, over a year? No, years now. And then we'll move on to bedroom. Okay, let's move to bedroom. Okay, so I won't do the candle or, well, I could do a little spray actually. I'll do spray. I usually do candle because then I'm up here for the rest of the night, but I'm gonna do little Capri volcano spray on the bed so that when I get into bed later, it smells nice. I do it when the kitties are not around or not on the bed. And then I unmake the bed by taking the pillows, putting them in their place over here. We leave one pillow here because Tila likes to sleep on the pillow at night. This on the ground. Pull this up and back. So this is my like sitting pillow for sitting up, writing my little diary entry for the day, watching whatever. This is my sitting up pillow. This is my sleep pillow, which I just recently got a new one. It's the Coop pillow. I'll let you know how I feel about it after some more nights on it. But my other one was so stiff and weird. So we'll see if we like this one. It's still a side sleeper pillow, so it's curved on the bottom. But I put this down here and then I swap them. I put this on the floor or on this chair when I'm going to sleep. But that's to prep. I have my diary, bedside, my glasses, my water, my vitamins, and I plug in whatever needs to be plugged in. I'll get out all my stuff for once I get in bed because it's going to be later, so I'll be a little tired after we've been watching stuff downstairs. So I'm going to get it out for myself. My bonnet, my hand cream, lip mask, which I need to find a better lip mask. I don't like this one, but got to get through this one. My foot cream. Okay, so that'll be all sitting there for me for later. Back here is the humidifier, so I filled that up. And I fill it up in Ryan's sink because it's not supposed to have filtered water. Okay, and then the last thing before I go downstairs is to put on PJs and set out an outfit for tomorrow. So let's put this in the humidifier and then do that. I like to have that going before I actually get to bed. And then I have an air purifier behind it. Okay, it's PJ time over here. I'm gonna do long since I'm gonna be downstairs. I want to be warm. Long arms, long legs. Okay, PJs are on, and then I'm going to pick out an outfit for tomorrow. I don't know if I want to go on a walk tomorrow or go to the gym tomorrow possibly. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to pick out a day outfit for afterwards. And that's just going to be a like lounging work outfit. My outfit for tomorrow, and then I'm gonna pick out a active outfit just in case I want to do that, but I'll decide that tonight so that I don't have to decide it tomorrow morning. And by decide I mean I'll decide if I'm going to, so that I don't have to make that choice tomorrow morning. The outfit we already know. I'm about to pick that out now. Okay, I just have a little onesie thing that's good for walking, whether I do that at the gym or outside. And then I have a little like fleece quarter zip extra socks just in case. Okay, and then those go on this chair right here. Okay, so we're done in the closet. We're done in, well, let me clean this up a little bit. We're not done in here because I need to brush my teeth. I'm gonna do that once I come back up because I might want to snack when I'm downstairs watching TV, I realized. Laid out tomorrow's outfit. I'm just checking it off on this list. And then I'll leave this next to the bedside so that I have it for the in-bed stuff. Done in here for now until teeth. And the bed is all ready for bedtime later. Clothes laid out. But now I'm gonna go watch some Dark on Netflix, which we started this year and realized it's from 2017. Really good show. Okay, I'm gonna go watch that. I'll catch y'all when I'm in bed. Sheila has an assumed position. He's on his pillow. His designated pillow. You're half under. What do you want? Are you going under? Okay. What's this game we're playing? I don't really get it. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, bye, Zula. Bye. All right, y'all. I will be doing my little routine here and going to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, y'all. Let's do the morning part of this routine. My bed's falling apart. Sheila and Azula are demanding T words. Ryan just left for an early morning call. I'm up. Let's go. So I woke up. I only checked my phone for any like notifications or important things that have come up. Nothing's come up. I don't look at my phone past that. I take my bonnet off. Put that in there. If I had my sleeping mask, I would put that away as well, but I lost it. It's tucked somewhere in this mess. And then I just get up. Sometimes I drink a little water. I open the blinds earlier, and then I take this with me and swap it out for the correct one, because I usually don't do 2 active days in a row. Put my slippers on, and then I leave the bed to make until later, but I do put the pillows on. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is my direct to work sleeve. I have to pee. I feel like the Powerpuff Girl lady. You can't see her face. I have to pee, so I'll be back. Okay, and then y'all know where my butt is, on a seat. Because again, I don't want to be standing when I'm doing something tedious like this. Okay, so then just for sake of continuity and habit creation, I just check off what I did, even though it's like obvious, it's easy, but I still do it. Part of the routine, part of the system. And then first on this list is actually putting on a video essay. Amazing. There's this PhD student or PhD candidate who is doing character analysis in like scene breakdowns of Heated Rivalry, and she's so, I feel like I'm in her brain, and I just love her. It's Nina King Narrative Analysis. Yeah, I watched all of them that she's posted, and she just an hour ago posted the newest one, so that's perfect. I will be putting that on. Washing hands, floss, mouthwash, brush. That's the next sequence. Okay, so on here I have a interchangeable shower block. The way I just said that, okay. I have a block where I can shower in the morning, or I can move it to nighttime and shower, just depending on like if I did anything crazy at the end of the day, did some outside labor, or like have somewhere outside to be in during the day, or I don't know, whatever the other reasons, you know, I would typically shower for are. But right now I'm just going into my office, so I think I'm gonna save that shower block for the evening. It's just me, myself, and my room. So I'll save that for this evening, which is nice because I do sometimes like to do a night shower and just have that little restful moment at night. But when I do that, I just kind of send that downwards, and I still do my AM skincare. So we're gonna do that. I feel all of my products have like fully soaked in, which is nice. It's the mix of the Riedel shot and the humidifier, like those products are in my skin, inside, in all the layers. It's phenomenal. Okay, on to the AM skincare routine. It's the same Sulawesi cleanser, a little bit of Tower 28 vitamin C serum. I think I've shown you guys this one. I've shown you guys this one before. It's one of the really like highly recommended vitamin C serums because it's stabilized in a certain way. It's in like a glass opaque bottle. Then Skin Flood, so Asiatica, Anua, Haru Haru, same one from yesterday. Same one as yesterday. Snail, Beach and Lily. There's so many products. The eye cream, Hotcha Dewy, and then Super Goop. Okay, here I go. Okay, skincare is done. Whee! Okay, so now I do a little moisturizing and then I do hair, get dressed, and I decided to not do an active day this morning because I have a lot of stuff to get into, so I shifted that to tomorrow morning. So yeah, just gonna put on that outfit I laid out for myself. Normally I do this step naked, so I'll see you later. Okay y'all, I'm moisturized, I'm dressed, and now I still have to do my hair, which I'm not really like doing it. I just make it a little more neat. Then I grab my headphones, my like over-the-ear headphones, so that I can go downstairs and do like kitchen stuff. The kitchen is just like a little bit overwhelming. So that's why I do headphones, because it makes it so that I'm like still in my inner world when I'm in the kitchen, so that I don't avoid the kitchen, so that I actually feed myself in the morning. Look at that. We learn ourselves and we adjust. Okay, hair time. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my headphones from the office. While I do that, the room stays dark. I don't open the blinds even. I just grab my headphones. Otherwise, if I open up this room in my head by like turning on the lights, opening the blinds, I'll just stay in there. I'll go downstairs. So I don't open that room up yet. I just grab my headphones that were charging and I go downstairs while I listen to the same YouTube video. And also, this is when I make my bed. Got my tray, heading into the office. I finished my video in perfect timing. It was so good this week. So in the office, I put my breakfast down, which is, it's the same breakfast I've been eating like every single day. I was just telling Ryan, like, this is currently my go-to like safe breakfast that I could eat every single day, but there's always a creep. Like eventually it starts to become disgusting and then I can't eat it like for years. And that's, yeah, it's happened with the avocado toast I used to eat every day. There was like a yogurt bowl I used to eat every day. There was the breakfast Ryan made me every day. And then I was like, I can't. It hasn't changed. I have hot water. I have my fiber bar, hard-boiled eggs from Costco, and cottage cheese with little seasoning. Oh no, I forgot my olive oil. Well, little cheese bagel with cottage cheese, and then I just eat it together. My greens and my salted gray salt water, and that's that. And then I go around, I turn on my computer, boom, I turn on all my devices, I turn on these lights, boom, and there we go. So I'm gonna check these things off. Again, just for the routine of it so that I get used to it. I won't do this forever. Turn on lights, open blinds, turn on PC. Oh, open windows. See, sometimes I forget something. That's why I need this. Yeah, open windows, and then that's it. And we're done with the morning routine, y'all. And now y'all have seen my entire routine refresh in action. Evening, morning. You've seen how insane it is, but it needs to be, like I said, like I explained, it needs to be for me to like actually implement it. And it is what it is. And I've been taking care of myself for a full week now. And I'm so proud. I'm very proud of myself, patting myself on the back. Gotta give ourselves those affirmations. And yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast and I'll catch y'all later. All right, y'all. I think the only other thing I want to do with y'all is try to get started on designing the office space. I am just like manifesting. I still haven't gotten a response yet. That is for sure locked in. I know she sent my LOI to the property manager or to the property owner. I haven't gotten a full confirmation yet, but I'm manifesting by designing with y'all. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is go on Procreate, drop in pictures of the space, and then just edit over it. And yeah, then I'll show y'all. I'm excited. This is like one of my favorite things to do. Up on Pinterest, I have my office mood board Pinterest board. So I just have been saving a lot of stuff that's in the same style that I want my office to be in. But I'm gonna start with just the bare bones. This being one of the recent saved photos on my phone. AI can never replace the absolutely insane, terrible mock-ups that I do of rooms before I move into them, okay? Like, what is this? What is that? AI could never. This too. I mocked this up. Mama, what is that? It worked, but at what cost? Okay, so I took pictures of the room and put them in here like this. Like, this is the right side of the room, this is the left side of the room. So now I'm gonna play around with, like, definitely where I want things to go, like, furniture-wise, but also which walls I would want to go through the trouble of, like, wallpapering and doing the beadboard on versus which ones I don't think necessarily need that. And I'm thinking automatically this back wall with the windows I don't think needs it because I feel like the windows are enough. Like, just the windows with cute Roman shades will be enough. That'll be so cute. And if it's painted like a nice creamy white, mwah, which I also need to research a creamy white. Also, our pavers got delivered. I'm so excited. They're in the process of, like, unloading them, but I can't wait to show you guys. A little bit creamier than a white. That's all I know. So I'm just gonna focus on that and try my best, guys. I don't know. Okay, so I've done the walls. The walls are now a nice creamy color. Now for the floors and the baseboard. So the baseboards are like that adhesive baseboard and it's black. So I want to see if I'm able to do another adhesive baseboard just over the black. I'm sure I'll be able to. Oh, sure. It does the job. And that's all I need, Mama. That's all I need for it to do the job. So knowing that that's an option, I'm going to now put like a stark white baseboard along the bottom. The ceiling, I'm just gonna pretend doesn't exist. It's that awful ceiling. I don't want to talk about it. You can't really see, but I promise there's beadboard on both of the walls. And then on the walls that I have beadboard on, I want a wallpaper. So now I'm gonna do a little green pinstripe. Oh God. My mock-up is not looking cute, you guys. What if I find the actual wallpaper? Let's find some actual wallpaper. Sure, I like this one. Of course, it's expensive Pottery Barn. Okay, I did all that work to get it perfectly, but I hate the wallpaper. Why did I do this to myself? It's okay, I'm gonna adjust the lighting. Okay. I just don't know about that, but let me put in a flooring, which is going to be like woven rug. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Nice. Okay. All right, y'all. Excuse the noise outside. They're doing some I don't know what. But here is the general mock-up I have to play around with things, and these always change for me. I cannot tell you a single time I've made a mock-up on here and it looks identical to the one thing I mocked up. This is just for me to play around with and, like, understand how much space I have and understand what makes sense where and just add some more detail, whatever. You guys get it. So I have that, like, woven rug here, which will just be, like I said, custom across the whole floor because I want to cover up that black carpet entirely. And then I'll have a creamy white, some kind of wallpaper. I don't think it'll be exactly this. It might be a little lighter. And then beadboard there. And then these walls will be no wallpaper or beadboard. Here, I want to have a, like, project table. So one that's a little bit higher so I can stand and do things. But then I'll also have a drafting table chair, like a drafting chair, so that it's high enough where I can sit if I want to. And then I have this here because I don't know. I like the idea of having a cute little upholstered desk chair, but I don't know for sure. Maybe that will go up top. But I also want to have, like, a good ergonomic chair since I have an extra one in the garage, so I would want to have that. But I think it just looks so cute to have a upholstered chair, but I probably won't. So let's get rid of that. And then this is the desk that I want. These are from the same collection, so I like that it'll be matching, but different. I like the woodness of that, and then the white of this. And this is the desk I was talking about, is like my dream. Oh my gosh, my dream since I was a kid. I wanted a desk like this. But this corner piece will not be in this corner, it'll be in this corner, so that my computer will be facing the window, if that makes sense. So I'll have a little like corner in here for the desk, and this piece will be like facing this way, if that makes sense. And then over here is where I don't really know what I want to do, so I just have some options. I have this little chair. I like the idea of just having like a small chair over here, where I can sit and like maybe have some kind of table like this one next to it and just sit there when I want to change a pace. Or I can have like a full lounge situation, like something with a little ottoman, and then I can have some cute colorful pillows, or have a full lounge situation, and depending on measurements, just do like one of those long loungers. So we shall see. It's all depending on measurements and kind of depending on what I envision the space to be. That's that. And then like what I would have sound panels on this back wall, and maybe some like pin boards and stuff. So it could be really, really cute. And this is just my little draft, just the beginning. We'll see how it actually turns out. Oh, and I did have the Roman shades up here too. The noise stops now. Of course. So that's my vision. It's very like coastal grandma, like neutral, natural textures and colors. But I do want to add some fun colors in like the details, like maybe the art in the wallpaper and just like the little accessories. Like I want it to be a nice neutral backdrop, but with color. Kind of like it is in here, where it's like I have all of my little trinkets that bring in the color, but it's generally like a calming space for me, so I don't feel overstimulated. It's nice and just like calming. I can lock in. I'm not distracted by things and colors. Yeah. So that is the plan. Like I said, plans always change. Things always change. But it'll be fun to put together. And fun to have like a space that's like, it's like this, but for just more conducive to filming, and one that is fully work instead of joint. Because like I talked to y'all about, combining the work and the hobby space was really good for my personal life, but it was less good for my professional life. So I talked to y'all about how like, oh yay, it's like so good. Like I love this combination. I'm able to like swap between things easily. I realized that's the dynamic for when I'm doing things personally. So like if I'm working here and then I switch into hobby mode, I can easily do that. I can easily reach all my things, but then I'm in like personal mode and I don't necessarily want to intertwine the like times when I'm on and filming or like filming things for you guys. And I want it to be a little bit more intentional with personal time when I'm like, okay, I want personal hobby time for myself. So, and those things sometimes overlap too. Like sometimes when I do have personal time for myself, I am doing it with y'all, or I am filming it for short form content, but I don't want that to be all the time. So when the space is all in one, then it's kind of confusing for my brain. I like to have delineation in my brain. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. I change things like every 6 months because that's who I am. And I like new things. I like novelty. I like changing things around and experimenting. And if you're like, oh my God, Kennedy, you said this last time and now you're saying this and you just did this and now I'm doing this, that's welcome to the club. This is how I am. This is who I am. I change things all the time. I love change. Yeah, we're trying something new and we get to do it together. And isn't that fun? That's what's so fun about change. We get to like embark on new things together. I also always give myself the grace to be like, hey, that didn't work out, did it? Hey, not so much, right? Yeah, you just liked the novelty of it and now it's really not conducive for you? Yeah. And that's what I kind of did with this space, combining these spaces. It was like, yay, it was good and new and fun and like it did work. It did work for me on a personal level, but it didn't work as well for work level. Yeah, just trying to work through that. And also, like I said, experimenting with actually having like real studio space, you know, where I can set up cameras easier and it doesn't interfere with my day-to-day living and life. And I actually start projects and like start bigger things and do more filming of that because I have the space to do it. I don't feel like it's just slowly taking over my personal space. And so then I don't ever end up doing it because then I feel like it's going to take over my personal space. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me blab and work through things and yada, yada, yada. I have so many house updates to share with you guys. That's also so much fun. So as soon as there's any like real progress there, I'll show y'all. But for now, I'll say goodbye. I will see you next week. I love you. Stay cozy. Bye.